Hello everyone, welcome to the market outlook for the week. Gaurang Shah here from Geojit Investments Limited, and as I speak to all of you all this Monday morning at around about 10 o'clock, markets have been holding up the up move. Of course, from the initial openings, we are marginally down, but nevertheless, we are holding the green trajectory on both Sensex and Nifty, and more importantly, one of the most outperforming sectorial index that has been over the last couple of weeks and months is the Bank Nifty. Continues to outperform above level of 60,000 for the first time in its life. The Bank Nifty is trading quite strong, and of course, rightly so, post the second quarter earnings. So this momentum is likely to continue, friends. After that, we've seen a new all-time high on on both the leading indices, that is Sensex and Nifty, and of course, certain sectorial indices like Bank Nifty and likewise some others. So this performance is likely to continue. I think more strength is likely to come into the market as we go into this week. There are events which are going to be unfolding. Of course, last week, friends, we did see the GDP number, which was at 18th month high and beyond expectation of the best numbers on the GDP front, was delivered 8.2. Strong case is being built up on two accounts. One is, of course, the inflation at multi-month low and the GDP number at 18-month high. So on 5th of December, when the credit policy is lined up, there is a growing expectation of a rate cut of at least 25 basis point, and a strong commentary from the RBI governor is something that the market is waiting for. And of course, post that, on 10th of December, we will have the outcome from the Fed chief statement on with respect to the Fed rate cut in US. The broad range for the markets, friends, we have penciled down certain levels. On the lower side, 26,000, 26,100. On the higher side, if any day we get a close about 26,345 decisively on closing basis, then 26,400 to 26,500 is the next level that we should watch out for on the spot. On the India volatility front, India VIX, we are down 0.5% at 11.55. And on the rupee dollar equation, absolutely flat, very marginal movement. 89.46 is the level of rupee against the INR dollar. Expectation of some strength could be seen on fallback of the credit policy that is going to unfold this week. There is also positivity in terms of crude oil prices, but though marginally up this Monday morning, but $63.40 dollars to a barrel is Brent, and $59.56 to a barrel is NYMEX. Expect news flows to push the crude oil prices lower as we go into this week and next week. But yes, there is strong positivity of lower crude oil prices. Along with that, friends, today is the 1st of December. We have some month-on-month sales numbers for the auto sector. Whatever has been announced has been positive. So there is also a spotlight on the auto-related stocks this Monday morning. And there is also some news flows, nothing confirmed, that very soon, in principle, approval will come through for the IPO of National Stock Exchange. And there has been some spotlight in the capital market related stocks this Monday morning. But momentum continues very, very strong, friends. Though, I mean, there is a lot of argument that despite the fact that markets have hit a new all-time high, portfolios are not performing as per market, etc., etc. So I think this year, 2025, was an odd one out. We had a lot of headwinds in terms of local and global events. But slowly, steadily, the clouds are clearing off and there is sunlight. So expect the performance to come back strongly on fallback of earnings visibility for the third and the fourth quarter in the next financial year. And of course, the performance of corporate India for the next financial year. So patience and of course, long-term investment time horizon in strong fundamental stock is always recommended. Domestic institutional investors were net buyers last week, and foreign institutional investors continue to be on the sell side, barring 1 or 2 days of some positive buy. So this is the broad layout for the market for this week. I think eventually a crossover of 26,345 will open up much more higher levels, and downside as of now looks extremely protected with some decisive buying coming in at lower levels. So even if there is going to be an elevated activity with respect to FI sell side, I think domestic institutions will absorb that very smartly. Having said that, friends, I think every time we interact with you on Mondays, we give you two investment ideas themes. This morning also there are two investment ideas. Both of them are reputation, friends, primarily because we have our research team has upgraded the target. Before I give you those investment ideas, a prudent disclosure that all investment related ideas that are shared with you on this channel, Geojit Spotlight, are recommendations from our research team on the fundamental side. Our company Geojit or I, we do not have any personal investments, no conflict of interest, no financial interest, but we give recommendations to our clients on similar lines they might have their investment interest. So both are reputation, like I was mentioning, but prudent to give this reputation again as an investment idea is purely because of the target prices that have been revised upwards. So the first one is from the defense pack. In news for all the good reason, Bharat Electronics Limited (BEL) strong performance for the second quarter gone by, and post the second quarter earning, there has been a lot of orders that have come into BEL, and the outlook looks very strong in terms of domestic market orders as well as overseas orders. Start at current levels and use dips to add on to it. The second one is from the Bank Nifty, as I was mentioning in my opening remarks. A public sector bank stock which has actually outperformed on the second quarter earnings and targets are revised upwards is Bank of Baroda, friends. Start at current levels and on dips go on adding to this particular stock. Both, in fact, Bharat Electronics Limited and Bank of Baroda start at current levels and use dips to add on to it. We are quite convinced that the earnings which are likely to unfold in the third and the fourth quarter, and of course the next financial year, is going to be very positive. And there is a big case opening up about re-rating as far as some public sector bank stocks are concerned, on purely on fallback of performance. So these are the two investment ideas. On the crude oil front, expect lower levels, and on 5th of December, once the credit policy is announced, expect some strength in the rupee. And I think we are possibly placing ourselves for an elevated level, not only for this week but also for the coming week. Any positive news flows from the global front will be an added advantage and will push the markets on to the next higher level. Thank you very much for your patience, hearing. I'll see you again next week. Till then, please do take care of yourself. Bye bye.